you, 18 Wild is in the building. We're back with another one. We back with another one. What's up, man? How my people doing today? And this today is actually expanding on what I was talking about in my last live. You feel what I'm saying? Well, I was talking about Dave Anderson report on the Black Boule, and how the systems go and how people keeping in the power. And I was talking about the government, and I'm just talking about the corporations giving money to people like Rainbow Push and other things like that. That these black organizations can go to these corporations and get donations from the regular people to push the black race forward, right? I was talking about in my last live, and it don't seem like in the black neighborhood, it don't seem like none of that is trickling over to the black neighborhood. None of the money that these organizations is getting is they really helping out the American black people. Is they really helping them out? So every today of the news, you know what I'm saying, that I got this man Nikita Smith is part of this organization that is founded by former Education Secretary Arne Duncan. Nikita Smith is he got out of jail. He wanted to turn his life over, and he helping out the black youth. He helping out the black youth in Chicago. So he goes into a situation where he finds a gun, and he get the gun, and he takes the gun away from the perpetrator. He takes it about the house, so nobody won't get hurt with the gun. This man is named Nikita Smith. He's from Chicago. He's a part of an organization called CRED, Chicago CRED. They are anti-violence prevention group that helps out young teenagers. See, it never flies over. So he goes in, he turns in a gun to Chicago PD. He thinking that everything cool, even though he a former felon. He works for this organization to stop criminal activity, the stop the violence. It's called an anti-violence prevention. So he found the gun, and he took it and he turned it into the police. If that's not anti-violence, I don't know what anti-violence is. Why did the police lock him up? Lock this man up for 7 months, and he works for a organization founded by Arne Duncan, our former education secretary. Why did he get locked up for? And this expanded to my last live, because I say I do stuff that resonates stuff to me. I'm from Chicago, this 18 Wild. And I was talking about this in my last live. You got other organizations like Rainbow Push and stuff like that gives no scoreboard of how did they funds or how did this organization help out black people. You feel what I'm saying? But then you got some man that's on the front line in the trenches named Nikita Smith in the front line, on the front line in the trenches, going to a situation. He sees a gun, he takes it. He preventing violence from happening, right? He turns it in to the police. Police lock him up right on the scene. And he spends 7 months in jail. And he's still going through a court case right now. That's why people need to start paying attention. Not to just these big organizations and stuff around. See, it amazes me how I can do stuff, but I'm not getting the traction that I'm supposed to get. Especially from my Chicago. I'm supposed to be getting this traction. You feel what I'm saying? Because you got somebody that's in the trenches doing their thing, and then all of a sudden he has to go to jail for 7 months, but he's in the program that prevents anti-violence. He took a gun from somebody to give it to the police. He preventing violence, but they lock him up because he's a criminal, because he's a felon. This type of stuff needs to get out, because this the trick. See, they want to show the big glamours and the big news that people throw the likes to, throw the subscriptions to, and the stuff be phony as hell. But here you got somebody in real life that's battling for the people in the trenches and get locked up. If I was him, man, I would say, man, forget that gun. Let that, whoever had that gun, let them go out there and go shoot somebody. If I got to get locked up over it. See, some people are too nice. Some people take their job too seriously. But people don't respect that. They don't respect somebody doing something honorable. They don't respect that at all. You feel what I'm saying? I know they don't respect it, because I could talk about 1,000 things on this channel that's real, and the mark don't respect it. They got either goofy crap to say, or they just want to get their agenda across, or they want to keep on with their phony agenda by coming to this page acting like they're a supporter of this page, and then keep on coming in and jumping out my channel. But this stuff is real, and for the people who are subscribed and the people who do come across this video needs to get out. The man is Nikita Smith. He from Chicago. More news need to get out like that, because guess what? He's a brother in the trenches. He's a fella. He turned his life over. He doing anti-violence prevention for Arne Duncan. So he should get some type of respect. Some type of respect. You feel what I'm saying? For even going in doing that. Getting the gun off the street. But obviously the Chicago PD didn't respect him for doing that. They lock him up. But it's all good though. It's all gravy. Either you could pay attention or you could not pay attention to what's really going on in this world. And if you feel like you a brother on here and you need to be a divider of just like them rest of them people, you want to be a divider of what's going on. You don't want to stick with your brother. You don't want to stick with the black man. You want to be a divider of that. You feel what I'm saying? Because this the type of people that needs to get attention. Just like I said in my my last live. These the type of people that needs to get attention. The people that's actually in the trenches, that's actually doing the work, that's actually putting their foot forward. You feel what I'm saying? Not giving the attention to this phony fake stuff. You feel what I'm saying? That everybody getting clicks and likes too. Nikita Smith, say the man's name. He got locked up for 7 months for taking a gun off the street because he's in an anti-violence venture program. He works for Arne Duncan. He turns a gun to the police. The police locks him up for 7 months. Take him away. He already did enough in jail. He already did enough. He's a felon. He just came out of jail. He already did enough. He turned his life around. He turning in a gun to the police. Which he doing what he feel like his job Supposed to be. You feel what I'm saying? That's what he thinking he's supposed to do. But instead of giving help, instead of the police giving help to people like this, they lock them up. They lock them up instead of giving funding to more programs like anti-violence prevention programs. They don't. Corporations don't bag them up. I wonder who's all funding this. Arne Duncan, I know he's the primary person that they working for, but who's funding Arne Duncan? Because it should be some power behind that says, hey man, leave this man alone. He already been through enough. He out here helping, he out here in the trenches helping people for real, and he gets locked up. That's brave of him for taking the gun. What if somebody would have got on his top for taking that pistol? You feel what I'm saying? Got on this top, like, nah, man, you ain't finna confiscate no guns out of here. You feel what I'm saying? What if somebody would have got on his top for doing that? He had to be brave enough to even do it. This is news from Chicago, so anybody come across this, man, double tap the screen. Throw a like on the channel. Get the information out. Because guess what? Y'all can stay with the goofy stuff and the back and forth and who's a snitch and who ain't a snitch. It's real stuff that needs to be stopped, real wars going on that people need to step in and say enough is enough. Real criminals out here is moving. Serial killers out here dumping women in garbage cans. So you gotta say when enough is enough. And if you don't like my approach, oh well. I'm sorry. Thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. Thank you, God, for giving me ability to move around, to even say something about this, to even talk on this or speak on this. You feel what I'm saying? Some people say you don't have to worry about the world, but we living in it. And I think we should show more compassion to people who trying to change and really affecting change and really doing something out here that's putting boots to the ground. And then I know you got people, I can imagine there's so much stuff happened downtown. Like I remember when that couple got jumped on and beat up and got their possession stolen, and it was some females that did this downtown. Jumped on a lady and a pregnant woman, and a man jumped on them, took their purse. This happened a while back in Chicago downtown. I bet you know people was like, they was terrified for their life. So when you got people like Nikita Smith going around in the neighborhoods stopping violence, that don't mean no violence can't pop up on Nikita Smith. He taking a risk out of his life. Just like the young guy taking a risk out of life, going out and shooting them 30, getting in the trenches, shooting them. He's taking a risk out there because a bullet don't got a name on it. A bullet don't have a name on it. And we all know this. So this is the type of information that I want to get out. Nikita Smith, he did 7 months in jail for taking a gun off the street, for walking in the police station, turning in a gun, asking to see a white shirt, a captain, so he could turn in the gun. They arrested him, take the jacket, say he had a gun on him, and then put him in jail. He was in jail for 7 months. And he works for an anti-violence prevention program funded by Arne Duncan, former education secretary. That's serious. And I just wanted to give out my information. I was gonna do a early encouragement with 18 Wild this morning, but This is something different. It's almost like I'm gonna encourage that brother. Don't stop doing what he doing. He did what he doing right. Even see, he had to face persecution for it, for doing what's right. I wonder who else did that. Was that so-called Jesus did that? For being truthful, he faced persecution. For being honest, he faced persecution. That's the same way Nikita Smith just did. He just faced persecution. Sometimes I be wondering, if you're black, can you actually really do right? Can you be an upstanding citizen? Because it seems like stuff like that backfires when it's no good doing you get nothing out of doing a good deed. You feel what I'm saying? You don't get nothing out of doing a good deed. It backfire on you. So most people in their mind, they think like, why should I do this anyway? I might get in trouble for it. They might think I did it. They might think this is my gun and they got bodies on it. Man, I got 7 people up in here, man. At least I'm only on here for a short amount of time. And I made this whole live about Nikita Smith. And I don't want to really go into, man, when you come up in here, double tap the screen, throw a like on the channel. Because it's really not about throwing a like on the channel. It's really about getting out the information about Nikita Smith, an anti-violence prevention guy who did 7 months in jail for turning in a gun because he do anti-violence for Arne Duncan. And he's now fighting the case. Even though he bonded out, he's fighting the case. So the judge, so we should be all on this until the judge say that case is dropped. That's what we should be on. This information in this video should be getting shared until they say that case is dropped, because the man was doing nothing but his job. Yeah, I know. I don't know what you're trying to say. Okay. For sure. For sure. I'm just speaking the truth, man. I'm just getting on my little time this morning. Like I said, I was going to do another segment this morning where I do 18 Wild, early morning words of encouragement, 18 Wild, but I seen this on the news and I had to get on here and talk about Nikita Smith because he's somebody who should be recognized, and he shouldn't have to do that 7 months in jail. And actually, man, they should give him some type of reparation for that, man. Some type of payment for that, man. You have to do 7 months in jail for you doing the job. Like I said, man, ain't too many people with a time, man. If I knew that I was going to go to jail for turning in a gun and I'm in the anti-violence prevention and I'm a felon, but I turn in the gun to the police because I'm thinking like I'm doing good. I'm working with the police now. I'm trying to do good for my neighborhood and community. I'm turning in a gun to prevent violence from coming from that gun. And I get arrested personally and get taken in for the gun, I wouldn't turn in the gun. And have to spend time away from my family. So I wasn't gonna spend a lot of time on this, man. I'm almost due, man. I'm about to be out of here. But man, if the people who in here, who came in here, share the video, man. Try to get the video out. See, I'm a small YouTuber. Ain't nobody sharing my stuff. My stuff ain't going out there like that. But try to share this. When you see stuff like this, try to share it. Because I'm speaking from the heart, for real. Speaking from the heart. I'm 18 Wild. I'm from Chicago. It's a sad case, but I'm out this building, man. I love y'all people. Y'all stay up, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. And to Nikita Smith, keep Salute to you, brother. Salute to you, brother. Keep up the good work. Keep doing what you're doing. I know you had to face that persecution for a second, but you did what was right, and don't let nobody change your mind. You did what was right, and they should have your back. Arne Duncan should have your back. He should have your back. And he got on the news and said something, but money-wise, you shouldn't have to worry about nothing. Lawyers should be paid and all that stuff. You shouldn't even be going through it. But this 18 Wild, peace out, Chicago. I love y'all people. I'm out of here.